Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is InsideAgameR. Welcome back to Autopsy Simulator episode number 2. We started this on Friday night. We streamed it for a little bit and I quite got into the story, so I really wanted to kind of carry on. I thought we might get this finished tonight, maybe. I know there's multiple endings, whatever that means, I don't know, good or bad. We had a few jump scares in the last one, nothing too bad, I must admit, but got me a couple of times, especially when the ladies sat up in the autopsy room. And yeah, so look, if any of you haven't seen the first one, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go back and explain everything that happened, but basically there is something wrong with us. Something happened to my ex-wife, or my wife. She obviously passed away for some reason, somehow. Seemed to be some mass murderer who escaped from prison. And I don't know what's going to happen from this point on. Who knows? But good evening to everyone that is here so far. Piggychop, good evening. Lucifer, good evening. Thank you for renewing your membership as well. Much appreciated. Jordan, good evening. Will Green, good evening. Max, hello. Taboo, good evening. Hello to everybody. Hopefully you've all had a good weekend. Have you had a good weekend? It's been absolutely hammering with rain here in Ireland, so I've done nothing. Oh, but I did 3D print this this cool little stingray. Look. I got myself a 3D printer last week, and I've been learning how to 3D print. It's gonna be my lucky charm for tonight. I also did a car, but it didn't work out very well. Look, it was a pink car, look. But that's another story for another day. Yeah, so good evening, everyone. Hopefully everybody's ready. I'll let everybody just kind of settle down, get ready for this evening. Okay, so we were just on the phone to that lady again, who was a bit weird on the phone. She wanting things. I reckon she did it. I don't know. I've got to take out the trash. I don't even know where the trash is. Is this it? I mean, there's a lot of trash here, so how the hell... Oh, there it is. The one bag here. There we go.
Ugh. Why is it so wet? Ugh.
Oh yeah, we got robbed at the end of the last episode as well. Oh god. Stuck. Front door open yet? No. Spent the day helping run an open day at the local community allotment. Oh wow. Sounds good. Nice to be outside. I wish I could have been outside today. I've got so much stuff to do. The classic mini still needs last few bits to get ready for its test. And yeah, I haven't been able to get outside at it, to be honest with you. When it rains, I just feel like I don't want to do anything. I've been quite lazy this weekend. Boom.
I wonder if Alice's mother has a film of this photo somewhere. I actually hadn't thought about it before.
I spent a day visiting a Victorian house in Essex. Nice. And good evening, Suffolk Mac.
I should call her on Friday.
I'm going to be honest about Omsi and driving simulators. My steering wheel, the dog chewed the end of the USB off 4 days ago. So I don't have a steering wheel currently. I tried to repair it myself, but the wires are a bit weird, so it needs to go into a shop. And until I next go into the nearest town, I won't be able to get that repaired, I'm afraid. So I know it's annoying, but yeah, driving simulators are off the records now, probably for a week or two, while that gets sorted. Okay, so at work, and this time it's not nighttime. This is the first time we've come here in the day.
Huh?
No, she's screaming. She's still alive. We should have ripped her spine out or something so she couldn't walk. I don't know.
Good afternoon.
Isn't it a bit early for you?
I missed our invigorating conversations. Has Stephen brought the body?
Yeah, the trolley's in the hall. Maybe wheeling it to the dissection room will be invigorating enough for you.
I've missed how friendly and helpful you are.
Okay.
I think I'll get straight to work on this one. Focusing on something will do me some good. Christ, this one's heavy.
Looks big as well. Yeah, that dog, I mean, he's lucky that I don't kill him. Of so many messing.
Hey, Mr. Ridley, I need help. I can't lift this bag myself.
He also ate the USB end to my flight stick controller last year, but that was an easy repair myself.
Ridley! Ugh, wasn't easy, but at least I can start. A new package must have arrived. I guess Dorothy ordered it. I think I'll skip recording a video for the students today. They don't need to see me and the body.
I've got no train simulators downloaded yet, only SimRail since my hard drive blew.
Photos anyway.
Okay, start the voice recorder laying on the desk.
November 27th, 1991, 5:14 p.m. Conducted by Dr. Jack Hanman. James Evans Jr., also known as Jesse. Age about. Evans had previously been convicted of possession of stolen goods, robberies, and drug trafficking. There were also attempts to accuse him of leading a criminal group responsible for burglaries in the New Orleans area. What? Burglaries in the New Orleans area? This is... It's a rather strange coincidence.
Yeah, I lost a hard drive there last week, so that had most of my train simulators and stuff on, so, I mean, that's nearly 1,000 gigabyte to download everything. So it is got a horror aspect to it. Okay, it's not too scary.
Police photos show that the body was not even particularly hidden, but only covered with a thin layer of soil, branches, and leaves. The body was found inadvertently in the woods near Peetsville. The dogs picked up the scent while searching for a missing boy. The body was found naked and mutilated. Clothes, probably belonging to the deceased, were found lying nearby. The deceased's father, James Evans Sr., is a look... Sounds disturbing. I wonder what condition the body is in then. I'll start by opening the bag.
Are we ready?
Oh,
it's got no bloody head.
I didn't expect this level of mutilation. This is going to be a dirty job. I'll check through the bag the police left.
Damn. Lay the contents of the bag on the table. Oh, okay, this is going to be his head, right?
Maybe there will be something worth noting about the victim's clothes. Leather belt. You can see that it's been serving its owner for a long time. Plain cotton t-shirt. Classic jeans. The bloodstains don't appear to be related to any injuries on the body. The deceased must have been unclothed before he was injured. A lighter, engraved with the police insignia. Stolen? Or maybe purchased from a pawn shop? It looks somehow... it's probably a coincidence. Traces of dirt mixed with blood and rubbed leaf litter. Evans must have been crawling.
Yeah, I can't open it.
Dragged along the ground. Interesting. Most of the blood is visible around the neckline.
Oh, he did lose his head.
After decapitation, I would expect a larger stain, reaching much further.
Means it must have been a clean chop.
Something's stuck here. It looks like some kind of ecdysis? Scale? This could point to an animal being responsible. Mainly traces of soil. It's a bit like the perpetrators pulled his shirt over his head. Certainly not my style. Traces of blood and plasma. It could have been used to stop or reduce bleeding. Is this? Oh.
Oh, it opens.
Push it.
Hey, got some cocaine.
After all, what else could I expect?
Little bit of cocaine.
Weird. Someone obviously didn't want to put in the work. These clothes haven't been thoroughly searched.
Really? There's more here? Okay, there must be something else in the trousers or something then. Not sure what else. Can't tell if I'm missing something or not. I can't seem to walk away from here though. We're missing something. Hey Kevin, good evening. What the frig are we missing?
And here, another animal souvenir. It looks different than the
Wonder was it an old crocodile?
The only thing I can tell from the clothes is that before his death, Evans had either put up quite a fight, or the attackers simply dragged him along the ground for a long distance. In turn, and this is certainly strange, the injuries themselves were inflicted only when he was naked. Okay, I'll take a look at the scales. They seem too different. Dorothy once brought an animal encyclopedia here. She performed an autopsy on an exotic animal smuggler. The guy suffered an accident while transporting illegal animals. Not only were the police needed on site, but it took nearly a day to round up his cargo. Dorothy had a hard time with that case. Did the impact kill him? Or did one of the animals he was transporting do him in? They even talked about it on the news.
What's going on?
Reptile will just come out of their can.
There's somebody at the window.
Who is this? All right. Which page was it?
Okay, change page.
Local wildlife. I bet I'll find something here. Not this area, but who knows? Nile crocodile. For how it doesn't seem to be fake. Nah, this one here looks more like a handbag. Very similar, but the color is slightly different. What kind is this? No, that's not it. Oh yes, this turtle turned out to be a killer. He ripped off the guy's wrist and I only need to concentrate on the crocodile chapter. Very similar, but the color is slightly different. That's a...
They both from the same crocodile.
Well,
oh no.
This scale makes more sense than the previous one. How did it end up here? So, either someone donned in crocodile products was around the deceased, or one of them attacked him. I'll examine the body and take photos. If an animal attacked him, there'll be traces. Ugh, Christ. Why am I so tired? Some coffee would be nice. What was I supposed to... the pictures. I'll have to show them to Dorothy. Too bad that we no longer keep our ranking. With something like that, I would come out on top. There hasn't been a case like this for a long, long time.
Okay.
Alright. The deceased skin is smooth and taut. This suggests an advanced stage of decomposition of the corpse. Interesting. This needs to be investigated further. It's unlikely that a human would make such a wound.
He's lost his thumb.
Nasty.
Oh, they ate his willy as well. Poor man.
Such a wound could not have occurred during the victim's lifetime. There are also clear traces of the deceased ankles being bound in some way. Oh, and as expected, there's a bite. Evans couldn't have tied himself up like that. It looks like
Someone tied him and fed him to the old alligators by the looks of it.
No head. That's not hard to miss. This wound appears to have been made by a sharp instrument. I need to gather my thoughts together. And look at these photos. It seems like I wonder whether the decapitated work of I have some suspicions about these marks.
Where is the bite mark?
This looks very promising. The bite is clearly visible. It should be easy to compare with the encyclopedia and identify the culprit. I just need to make it a little bigger. It'll be faster than physically measuring the bite.
Okay, so to the fax machine.
I hope I put it in right. I can never remember whether it was image up or image down. At university, I didn't have this. Ah, fantastic. Just some tracing paper, a pencil, and I can check these in the encyclopedia. Now, did I leave them in a drawer? Or maybe a box somewhere? Ugh. I don't remember if I left them out somewhere.
Just on my desk. Where the frig is all the tracing paper?
I work with corpses, but I don't have to smell like one.
Yeah, this is a little bit odd.
They definitely pay me too little for this. Wednesday. It's not my favorite day, although it's certainly better than Monday.
Use trace paper in your office for further examination. What the frig is it? Can anyone see it? Hey, Harold, good evening. There's a little few jump scares here and there. But yeah, it's nothing that I'm going to have too many nightmares about. Where the f is the tracing paper? I'll get you. Oh, that doesn't give me much hope. I'm quite an easy target. Ah. There it is.
Oh, looks like I can tidy up after myself. Sometimes. A very, nature-driven case so far. I'll have to consult the encyclopedia again. Good thing Dorothy left it here. Otherwise, I would have had to run back to my place to get some. It makes sense.
There we go.
This would also explain the mold found in the clothes. It turns out that some of the wounds can be safely blamed on local alligators. However, we cannot blame them for the decapitation. It's not these animals we should be afraid of here. I should make some notes and start the autopsy. Ugh.
Okay. We need the magnifying glass first.
Look for other... it doesn't look good. Evans wasn't decapitated with one cut.
Oh, excuse me.
Several stab wounds of varying depth and circumference.
But maybe he was killed and fed to the alligators.
It's strange that an alligator would leave such a clear and smooth mark. The imprints are quite deep and even. From the looks of it, I'd say Evans was restrained with his own belt. Looks like an uneven bite. It's worth taking a closer look at this. Maybe there will be some remaining teeth marks. The result of an animal tearing at its body. Eaten skin, soft tissues, and genitals. There are even some teeth marks, but...
That's a...
doesn't look like an alligator. The bite is...
Where's Dick supposed to be? They're teeth marks. They're human teeth marks. The guy who stabbed him ate his penis.
Cast and compare it.
That's friggin' messed up.
Evan's right side must have been more attractive to the crocs and insects. Very strong binding marks. You can see peeled epidermis and small wounds.
Del boy, good evening. Oh, I'm missing one.
It looks like the killer might have missed before they finally hit the neck. There's no end to playing zoologist today. I need a tool with dental impression cement. Can I find it here? No. It's probably lying somewhere around in the lab. I hope the cement hasn't expired.
Right, where's the casting stuff?
A month after the due date. That could be worse.
Okay, we'll take that. Do I need anything else? Sausages. The flip. Yeah, well...
Now I need to cover the bite area.
He must have definitely wanted a hot dog.
I think it's ready. The cast looks quite contaminated from the other wounds in that area.
Man, he literally bit his dick off.
Well, let's hope the imprint turns out better.
Taking appropriate tools from the suit... Oh, okay, the suitcase.
Brush, ink, and paper. Similar to taking fingerprints. Paint over the area. and put a piece of paper on it. That's very strange. I'll run it through the.
Well, we got to find out who ate it.
I really don't want to believe what I'm seeing.
I don't want to believe it. This is giving me those old point and click CSI vibes. Oh, I used to love that CSI game. I had that on the Wii.
Loading. Ugh. What? Wow. This is, well, this is quite unexpected. Human teeth. Oh, fuck. I need to tell this to Stephen.
Drag the comparison part to the selected dental pattern. Oh, okay, we've got to do it from the front. Okay. Hey, bit of luck. This could be the one. Lorena. Oh, no match. Okay. Surprised by that.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
Oh, yeah, he ate the ballies too. Don't think it's this guy.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
This looks like our sausage eater. What?
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
Nah, it can't be that one. Why is the screen going blurrier?
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Loading.
Of course it was the last one.
It'll probably take a while.
Now what? Can't see the numbers. 50. 14. Oh my god, it's getting so hard to see.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
So hard to see.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly. Loading. It'll probably take a while.
Okay, so they're changing each time. If you're ever flying from Dublin Airport, you should drop in. I work in Malahide. Oh, do you really? Hey, you're always welcome to come flying with me, mate.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
What was that? 4-3 I just did.
Maybe not everything is cataloged correctly.
Ah, this is the one.
Loading.
Take the pills. Oh, I can't. I've got to finish this. It won't let me out.
It'll probably take a while. Finally. What? The partial impression I have may match several people. Okay, this one is in prison, so he's out. Another in prison. Oh, here's someone with quite interesting tendencies.
Oh, say, Paul's got convicted of cannibalistic murders.
This one doesn't either. I'm afraid this will remain a mystery. The killer's profile is getting more and more interesting.
Aha. We're feeling good again. I have my pilot's license, yeah. I plan to buy a small plane this year, hopefully. So you're always welcome to come and go for a spin. I could always meet you somewhere near Dublin.
I'm going back to the body. I need to make a note before I start the dissection. Torn tissue, lacerations, bite wounds. You can see that the tool used was sharp and smooth. So, what if it was in the hands of an unskilled person? They look quite shallow. Someone must have inflicted these with some sort of primitive tool. Maybe something chased that alligator away before it bit down properly? This wound turned out to be more troublesome than I thought it would be.
Hey, Al Capone, good evening.
The perfect breeding ground for larvae. Fortunately, the deceased doesn't care about it, just like we do now. For obvious reasons, I record decapitation as the cause of death. I need to verify how deep these wounds go. If they punctured the organs, hemorrhaging could have occurred. Alligators rarely kill humans. The abdominal and genital area are supplied with plenty of blood. If the penis was bitten off while he was alive, Evans could have bled to death.
Weird ass people.
Due to the body fat of the deceased, I'm adding a heart attack to the list. Maybe Evans didn't live long enough to experience what happened to him. Man. I was hoping for an easier case.
I'm good, mate. How are you? Yeah, hurry. You're more than welcome if you're only in the Dublin area.
Internal analysis. Finally. First of all, I'll try to determine whether death occurred before the decapitation, or if it ended Evans' suffering. With the scalpel, I'll open the deceased's chest.
So he's a little fatty, this guy.
In a straight line, avoiding the... We see a lot of fat tissue under the
This
skin.
guy needed to do a bit more running.
Move the ribs. I expect to see even more fat on the organs. Correct. High levels of internal fat, organ size above average due to obesity. I move on to the lung analysis. The deceased smoked cigarettes, but more importantly, you can see... And this is the culprit. Well, it didn't look like the holes were that deep. Such hemorrhage could have been caused by hitting the chest with a blunt object, or a puncture directly affecting the organ. They appear to be of different depths. The cross-section is uneven. Open pneumothorax should be added to this. The deceased could have experienced extreme hypoxia, and
Yeah, I'm good, mate.
result,
Glad you're good as well.
destructive shock. I wonder what the heart looks like. That the organ is enlarged with very clear, light yellow traces of steatosis on the surface, but similarly to the lungs, there is a trace of puncture with a sharp object. In pneumothorax, the heart rate increases. In the event of such a wound, this would mean bleeding out faster and more. In turn, a sudden increase in the amount of fluid in the pericardial cavity could lead to cardiac tamponade, which is also...
Oh, it's making me feel a bit weird inside. Ah! Okay.
Evans, however, is remarkably clean, considering this turn of events. This all looks quite disturbing. I wonder if I'll find anything on the liver. The organ is fatty and enlarged. The beginnings of cirrhosis are obvious. Well, that's it. This time, nothing to write home about. So, I proceed to carefully... Like most other organs, it is fatty and clearly enlarged, not to mention swollen, partially due to gases, but mainly due to the deceased...
Hey, Rust Pilot, nice.
I take the organ to the cutting board. The outside is intact. I'm going to check the contents.
I'm not like a full-on jet pilot. I've got my private pilot's license.
And now rotten stomach contents inside. Blood. Evans had to swallow it due to his injuries, which means he was still alive when he was brutally wounded in the chest.
Nice.
Only the trachea left to be surprisingly, it's not damaged by the decapitation. I move on to cutting it open.
Oh, yeah, commercial, nice. I thought about going for my commercial.
Carefully cut.
But,
and... blood. Just... looks like I can wrap this up. Let me tie this together. After he was
Jack of all trades. Yeah, maybe. Sim pilot. Well, I'm a sim pilot too, but yeah, I do have my my private pilot's license. I'm hoping that YouTube will buy my plane for me this year. That's the goal of YouTube. And then I plan to do some vlogging and stuff on the channel with it. I mean, I already have classic cars and stuff, but I wanna get my plane. Okay, note the cause of death.
Even though there are a lot of injuries on the body that could cause death, it was the decapitation that ended Evan's life. The animal bites in the limbs occurred after death, so there's no reason to treat these as the cause of death. The damage to the lungs and heart must have led to severe hemorrhaging, so there's no doubt that Evans was choking in bloody convulsions. But it didn't last too long,
look, like I said, if I get my plane this summer that I still plan to hopefully do, you're more than welcome to come up with me and you'll see how easy it really is.
But in this case, it would have been better for him. In some way, it can be said with certainty that James Evans was murdered.
Homicide. These are the pills I need.
Oh well. I need to stitch this poor guy back up. It's really bothering me. Something's not right here. Because even now, the organs are relatively clean. The skin around wounds also, it's like, someone pumped it out? I'll leave these questions for the police to solve. And now, I get to head home. It's a fucked up thing. I'll hold off taking long walks in the forest for the near future. I have a feeling that it won't end with just one body.
Yeah. Wanted to get the story finished.
Good night, Mr. Ridley.
Ridley's still alive.
Body's ready to be picked up.
Sure.
I think it's the first time in a long time that I finished work at a decent hour. I'll get up. Oh, come on. Fuck! When did I get a flat tire? What the fuck? Oh, come on. This is impossible. What's this supposed to mean?
Well, there's a screwdriver
What's this
there.
happening? Someone is messing with me again.
Mr. Ridley!
Fuck. I'm going to Ridley's. Maybe he saw something.
Well, look, the culprit's there. It's not going to be Ridley in here, is it?
Ridley, do you know what happened to my car?
Oh, what happened to your car?
All the tires are fucking flat.
Well, it happens. Don't you have a spare in the trunk?
Spare ones in the trunk. No one carries 4 fucking extra tires in the trunk.
Jesus, Handman, calm down. I'll call you a taxi.
Calm down. That's a bit of an exaggeration, don't you think?
He did
Have you
it.
seen anyone around here? Someone strange? Suspicious?
Except you? No.
Haha, funny. I don't find all these jokes amusing, you know.
What jokes? Handman, what's wrong with you? It's just tires.
Such things are not a coincidence. What's wrong with me? Things keep happening. Last week, and now this?
Just go wait for the taxi, okay? Fresh air would do you good. Neither you nor I will do anything about it now.
Neither you nor I will do anything? What have you been doing all day? Surely something like this can't just be overlooked.
Maybe you should go outside and cool down.
He's a cool cat, this guy, isn't he?
Cool town. I just want to sleep. It would be easier just to move in and live here. I doubt I'll get reimbursed for the cab.
Oh, my car's gone.
Huh? It's already late in the evening. Good
So-
evening. Any news for me? About my car? You know, the flat tires?
No.
No, what? Have you checked the cameras? Anything?
Handman, I cut my teeth working in prison. I know what to do.
What?
There were no strangers hanging around. Maybe you ran over something.
What? All the tires?
Why, possibly. You can congratulate yourself.
Christ.
You should try sleeping more. You've been kind of out of it lately.
That's the first bit of sense you've made all evening.
Good. The body is expected to be ready for pickup tonight, along with your lecture.
What? What? No, what?
You still pontificating? Best hurry, don't you think?
Fuck me. I don't have the strength for this today. Have I taken my pills today? Did I take it? Or, one more won't hurt. I need to focus.
I think someone's giving me the wrong pills, eh?
Fuck. I don't have much time. Okay. One by one, Jack. Take it easy. Oh, a burning issue indeed. Then I'll move on to the body. Ah, shit.
Well, at least this one has his wing wong.
I almost forgot. I'm gonna need the camcorder. This is making me nervous.
Screw that, I want Mr. Wrigley's job. Freaking easy day. Jesus, I remember my dad had one of these camcorder things.
Oh well. This is not the best framing. Hello, everyone. It's the 20... something of November 1991. Jack Hammond is conducting... Yes, you already know the drill. So, the body is on the slab. Let's see what the police uncovered first.
This is what happens when I fly on a Tuesday night to most of my passengers on the plane.
So, the victim is... The exact cause of the fire has not yet been determined. However, it is known that the fire started in the deceased's apartment.
Kind of getting the Outlast vibes.
Was reported.
I need to have a look at that game.
The body was not found until the next morning. The tenant was naked, charred, and with severe burns. The owner of the apartment asked about the deceased. He was surprised anyone even lived there. The deceased was sitting in an armchair near the TV. Pieces of pornographic material, an ashtray, melted video cassettes, and several bottles of so-called poppers were found in the vicinity. It's difficult to assess whether any escape attempts were made. Firefighters indicated that it was probably the large quantity of poppers found near the deceased and rapid spread of the fire. Well, that's our basic question. Whether the death occurred as a result of fire, or whether he was dead before it. As you can see, the body is in quite an unusual pose. For the purpose of
I doubt he tied himself up to be burnt alive.
For now. This position is called the pugilistic attitude. This is due to the influence of high temperature on the muscles.
I play that game anymore. I get very sick after I played it. I have a wicked migraine for days after. Oh, really? Lee, good evening. What did I miss so far? How many jump scares so far? No, we've been alright so far. It's not been too bad. We had a guy banging on the window, but that was about it.
The fire reaches the skin first, then the soft tissue, until the skeletal muscles are exposed. Coagulation occurs in exposed muscles due to their fibers shrinking. The extensors yield to the force of the flexors. The muscles contract and contract until the limbs become flexy and deformed. The upper ones are characterized by a triple bend, similar to...
Hey, Joker, good evening.
Holding his hands
I'm sure there's a little bit of steak left. Bit well done.
Just 10 minutes will do it. 10 minutes for the muscles and tendons to contract like a steak on the...
Oh, there you go. Talking of steak. I'm missing a photo somewhere. Oh.
In the end, we're all just walking meat.
There we go. Just a bit of walking meat.
The deceased must now be straightened out, and we need to get rid of these bindings. He looks to have been tied up in a rather unusual way. The deceased's neck and feet were most likely secured to his hands, and these were probably tied in front, at around the crotch level, which explains why, despite the severe burns, the deceased's limbs are not all that twisted.
See, we're learning something new every day.
That's better. It's easier to straighten him now. Without taking out the
I'm
mag.
surprised he doesn't, like, snap.
We already know that the deceased's skin is heavily charred and cracked. As for the other details, there are crow's feet visible near the eyes. Upper lip reveals front teeth. One of the incisors is broken. There's soot in the nostrils.
Well, he was definitely alive when it happened.
The rope around the neck wasn't very tight. I don't see it leaving a mark on the skin. You can
It's like a
clearly see that this is
burnt crumpet,
primarily
isn't
the
it?
front of the deceased that was exposed to fire. The victim sat in the chair the whole time, hence his back being in much better condition than this extremely burned area. The rope marks around the wrists are deep and clearly visible. Looks as if a large flap of skin had detached from the calf.
Hmm.
The rope at the man's ankles was tied much tighter and more precisely than the one around his wrists. All in all, quite a lot can be deduced from this external examination. Traces fail to indicate that the deceased suffocated before the fire took hold. Oh, that must have been terrifying. Severe burns, covering approximately 80% of the epidermis. Predominance of 4th and 3rd degree burns. He appears to be loosely tied. However, this is the result of the corpse drying out. The wound shows that the rope had deeply imprinted itself in the tissue. The burns reach through the dermis and hypodermis to reach the muscles. The body is covered in numerous areas. The length of the rope was calculated, and appears that the deceased could make limited movements around the perineum. The eye clenching is a natural reaction of the body to high temperatures.
Hey Jim, good evening. Yeah, we're still in it, hanging in.
And the nose appears when inhaling harmful and choking smoke. The tissue of the mouth was heavily burned as well. The teeth, however, makes me wonder. The conclusions are quite clear. The extent burn wounds in this, perhaps the deceased lost. We need to check the damage inhaling all that smoke has done to the respiratory tract. I will assess the extent of possible poisoning and burning in a moment. First, due to the amount of charring, we are unable to collect the victim's fingerprints. Visual identification is also out of the question. You can probably guess what options we are left with. You guessed it, a dental impression. For
Bloody
this,
teeth.
I need a... Okay, it's going well. I should be able to get this done in time. Where are these trays? Towels, papers, jars? Nope. It's not anywhere on the counter.
Find the tools in the lab. Well, it's not making it easy, is it? Okay. Anyone see them?
Maybe in this drawer.
Friggin' in the drawer.
There they are.
Kenneth,
And
good evening.
I'll warm this up in my hands. Okay, making an impression is quite simple. You put trays with alginate into the mouth and press them together in one firm movement until you feel significant resistance. Once the device is okay, again, we will need a piece of paper, a brush, and ink. We will make a plaster model of the deceased's teeth from the obtained impression. We will then make an impression of the mold on a piece of paper, which will be scanned into the computer. You see, it seems so simple, and yet laborious. On the plus side, we don't have to worry about the gag reflex with the deceased. And no need to remind the subject to breathe either. At least he's saved the high cost of orthodontic treatment.
Okay.
Wow. Who would have expected a match so soon? Well, the deceased is Richard Jacobson, 47 years old. He had a criminal record and
Change of a felony for not returning a VHS tape, sentenced to 1 year in prison. What?
for not returning a videotape to the rental shop. Oh, Jesus. I better check if I've still got that copy of... where were we? Okay, I'll add some details to the clipboard. Okay, and we can move on to dissecting the body. This time, I'll go straight for the loppers.
Okay, so we can just
I'll slice it piece by piece. Let me start here. I push hard several times. Until I cut a given section. You can see that using a scalpel would be pointless here. Solid crunch. Almost there. Now we peel back the skin.
I was like, well, it was some harsh laws. Sure, it's not America.
Now to remove the ribs. And we can check out what's going on in here.
What the frig is going on in here?
A lot has happened. In fact, the entire abdominal cavity is flooded. Blood and other fluids have seeped from the blood vessels, flooding the abdomen and chest areas. We have to get rid of this. I'll go get a cup or a ladle.
Oh, so we're just gonna... Can we not just tip him over so it pours out?
I think I saw one. Somewhere here. I don't have all night. I'm going to need a vacuum pump. Great. The running around for everything starts again. Why can't things be tidied away properly in this damn mortuary? I'm gonna get Ridley. Mr. Ridley? Mr. Ridley? I'll just go to the basement and check.
Oh no, Mr. Ridley's gone. Don't look, guys. Who the frig is that?
Jeez. I don't know what this is for. Rusty scrap.
Hey, Sky Drew, just subscribe. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated.
God! Where is this infernal machine? Wow, that's heavy. Can I fit through the door with this? I swear I'm going to have an accident here one day. Like Alice, when she twisted her ankle on those stairs. We were supposed to go to the mountains then. That was supposed to be our first trip since... I don't know how long. I had so much work on my mind. And Alice...
Handman,
because of me.
Oh, he's back.
As always, she had to...
Hammond, are you talking to yourself or what?
Huh? What? No, I just...
There is a letter for you. I left it on your desk.
Letter? For me?
Yes, letter for you. Do I have to repeat myself again?
No. Thank you. Where were you? I was a letter. Fuck. Who delivers letters at this time? It's probably been sat in his office for ages. Just didn't want to move his lazy ass.
Yeah, I'm definitely going bananas. $3649.
So, we have the equipment. Now I have to place it somewhere close to the table. Phew. I can finally put this thing down. Alright, just... What? There's no tube? No one's used this for a long time. I apologize to you all once again.
I mean, you should never do your job unless you're set up for everything that you might need. Right.
These lockers could contain everything we need, or simply filled with... screw it. There might be something in here. Yep. I'm sure I wrote the code down on a piece of paper.
Was it 3469? What was the code? 3649.
Me and my memory for numbers.
Well done.
What do we have here? Boxes of disinfectants, syringes, thread. Oh, some small trinkets. Oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should take it to the office. Antiseptics. Any other stuff? What about here? I wanted to forget. Alice.
This must have been my wife's.
I regret so much. Every day. Every fucking day. I can't. I can't take it anymore. Oh, God. I can't. How do I... Phone. Oh. Do not think. Just don't think.
Don't trust no one.
Office of the Medical Examiner, Peatsville.
Oh, Jack. I was hoping to catch you at work.
Hi, Dorothy. How's it going?
Good, thanks. And what about you? You sound tired.
Tiring day at work. That's it.
You scared me last time we spoke.
I'm sorry. I didn't want to cause any trouble and say what I said.
Jack, it's alright. You're not causing any trouble. I'm not surprised at all that.
No, really. I mean it. Sorry. I just... I'm fed up with myself.
You should take care of yourself. Didn't you say you wanted to stay at home longer? To rest? You know I pick up the slack at work.
No, I didn't. I can't. I don't want to be there.
Well, why not consider taking a trip, Jack?
Dorothy, please. I really don't have the energy for this today.
I just wish.
Stop it. Why are you calling?
Reminder about annual drug testing. I figured you probably didn't remember.
Oh, yes. I've, had a lot going on.
I'm gonna lose my job, ain't I?
My own birthday.
Leave your samples at reception on your way home. Someone will pick them up from Ridley in the morning. Probably Steven or someone else at the station.
Sure. I'll try not to forget. Okay, well,
Jack? Try not to do anything stupid. okay? Alcohol, your medication. You know you shouldn't.
I have it all under control. I should be getting back to work.
The results should be in tomorrow. I'll call you when we know.
Right. Thanks.
Goodbye, Jack.
You saw the Fable trailer. Oh, they're bringing another one out.
Annual drug testing. I'll take care of it before I go home. I feel there's been a bit too much going on lately. I was supposed to collect the hose. Focus on your work, Jack. All right. Here I am. I hope that was the last long break in this session. So, let's connect the tube. We turn on the machine. With this amount of fluid, there's no point in holding back. Still a few nooks and crannies left. External examinations did not reveal any, so I expect the organs to be intact. In a way, it's quite extraordinary that even with such severe burns, the organs are all present and correct. A reddish-pink tint indicates high carboxyl blood levels, the level of which I will determine from a sample of blood.
I can't swallow pills without some sort of water.
I will be inserting needles into the heart and femoral artery. What interests me here is not the presence of this substance itself, but rather its percentage. But first, I'll need the values for the centrifuge. Ugh. I feel like I've been here forever. Aha! 3649. 3649. 37. Jack, focus. Just a little bit longer.
So we're looking for the carbon hemoglobin level.
They have very different and complex histories. Burning is only at the surface. Underneath, it may be a heart attack, stroke, or pulmonary embolism. This particular case appears quite basic.
$10 at 85%.
However, I would warn against making a diagnosis too hastily. A fire victim does not always mean death due to smoke inhalation. The centrifuge has completed its cycle. So, as usual, I will take the samples to the laboratory, and I'll be back with the results shortly. Ugh. What exactly was I supposed to test for? COHB. I'll take 2 milliliters of each sample. Ugh.
Okay, what have we got?
Well, confirmed. Death due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Carboxyhemoglobin levels at 84%. Alright, I'll note this down and perform a check of the organs.
Oh, he's gone. He's going to be around the corner, isn't he?
What? Where? Mr. Ridley? Why did he take that fucking body?
He's going to be in my office or something, isn't he?
Maybe I think I'm just tired. I don't understand what's going on.
So take some more pills.
Why did you take the body?
What body?
Well, the body. You know, from the autopsy room.
Christ, Hammond, I didn't take any of your bodies.
So who took it?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But I...
Get back to work. It's late.
I don't know if I want to go outside. Be ready for it. Well, you're so going to be down there, aren't you, you little bugger? Is this where Mr. Ridley lives? I thought I was in then. Oh god, my heart just started racing. Ah. I bet you he's back in the room, isn't he?
Something strange is happening here. What's wrong with me?
Oh, he is back. Oh, come on.
I I think there's... I must have been seeing things. Results. Well, then we can... from the results... we can now be sure that the carboxyhemoglobin concentration was fatal. I think I should inspect the heart. The organ has a reddish pink tint, which results from the concentration of COHB and general congestion of the organ. Other than that, I can cross this off my list now. We will look at the lungs more carefully. From the outside, just like the heart, it is congested, and the color indicates poisoning. Thermal damage is visible here and there. Enough of the external exam. It's time to grab the knife and dissect the lungs. I need to check for any obstruction, burns, or clots. Jesus. Alright. You can see changes in the lung parenchyma.
Looks like a nice bit of steak.
By burns and smoke inhalation. Nothing new here. So let's complete the notes. And let's check the trachea. The color is the same as the rest of the organs. Significant congestion. Let's see what it looks like inside. Okay, the final cut. There are visible burns inside, but what catches the eye the most is the amount of soot. Looks like our subject was in the thick of the fire. Let's deal with the final notes, and we're ready to go. Let's deal with the final notes.
Ross Pilot just quite thank you, mate.
I considered the direct cause of death to be severe carbon monoxide poisoning, leading to extreme hypoxia of the body. The extreme burns on the deceased's body and respiratory tract indicate that he must have been survived. During the examination,
Hey, Solar, thank you.
found that could have contributed to the victim's death. Environmental data does not indicate any third-party involvement.
But he was tied up. So how could there not be any third-party involvement? You don't just be tied up and God knows what. He was alive when the fire happened. But it says it's a homicide, right? No, it won't let me.
Just need to add my John Hancock and sew up the body.
Oh, my name's John. John Hancock.
I'll close the body, trying not to damage what's left of the skin. As for stitching, well, it varies. It can be that the fire victims are in such a condition that there is nothing left to stitch. So for this job, a thicker needle and heavy-duty thread. Well, everything's holding together. Well, after storing the body, there's nothing left for me to do. But thank you for your attention. All the best, and good night. Ugh, my God. What an exhausting day. I need to get these gloves off and call a taxi. I swear I'm about to pass out from exhaustion. Oh, fuck. Urine sample. Oh, no. Okay. This is it. I'm dehydrated. I should drink more water.
We'll give our sample to Ridley.
As expected, sleeping like a log.
Some weird sleeping.
Fuck. What's going on here?
For some reason I expected that.
Hurricane taxi, we will take you wherever the wind takes you.
Hello. I would, like to order a taxi to 574 Presley Street.
Okay, hun. All of our drivers are busy at the moment. Best I can do is within the next hour.
An hour? Oh, no. Alright. Let it be.
Can I take your name?
Jack Hanman.
Okay, thank you. Do you have our loyalty card?
No.
Would you like to set one up? For regular customers, we have discounts and extra.
Would that make the taxi get
Got some
faster?
interesting facts. Okay,
Thank you.
hit us.
Goodbye. This is already giving me a headache. Oh, Jesus, what now? Yes, how can I help you?
Jack, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Why did you do that?
Oh my God! What was that? What the fuck?
Alice is my dead wife, right?
It's because of the fatigue. It's because of the fatigue. This was some kind of mistake.
Oh, okay, I'm going bananas.
An hour here. I need a drink. Oh, strong. Everything's spinning.
Did you know the average human body contains enough skeletal bones to make an entire skeleton for a human being? Damn, facts like that, who needs scientists? And everybody, that's why you don't drink when you're on medication.
Do I... Is this... Fucking shits. They went too far this time. What's that? Is that blood? Oh God, what's happened? Oh, Mr. Ridley? Oh fuck.
Oh, we have a body.
Commotion. Are you deaf?
Sure, whatever you say, Hanman.
Why is that even funny? Do I need to bring you the evidence?
Sure, if you have some.
Good thing you're not a drinker. Yeah, this will put you off a drink for life.
Too much myself.
Go
You can be a
and see for
mortician
yourself.
2 to 3 years and also have to do an apprenticeship for 3 years. Really?
The taxi is probably waiting.
I couldn't do it anyways.
The one that left yesterday.
Yesterday? How so?
Yeah, I think
Friday,
him and the wife
November
maybe both
29th,
died.
Hanman.
29th of November.
Oh, sorry, I forgot that this was.
Don't worry. I did too. Somehow. I just... oh my God.
Should I call Dorothy? I've set up the cadaver ready for the autopsy, and she should be able to replace you.
No. There's no need. I'd be happier staying here than sitting at home alone.
Just in case, let me know.
Sure. Thanks.
Handman, I'm very sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Is this going to be...
Take my pills. I should go to the cemetery later. Buy flowers, not today.
I couldn't do it now.
Forget the most important of things. Every fucking time. Oh my god. Alice. No. It's only just... Oh, I'm so tired. So damn tired. God.
Oh man, what happened to her?
What has someone done? I need to prepare. It's November 29th, year 1991. The autopsy is performed by Dr. Jack Hanman. Amberloo. Investigators determined that the victim was most likely dumped close to the nearby forests. She crawled to the bus stop on her own, as evidenced by the traces of blood she left behind. The body was lying in the grass beside the road, where it was spotted by commuters waiting for the morning bus. According to the information provided by the aforementioned friend, the car belonged to the Hurricane Taxi Network. The company was provided with a description of the driver. However, they deny that any of their drivers fit the description. The police have been looking for the man since yesterday. A friend at the salon testified that the last time she saw Amber was 2 weeks ago. It was her last day at work before her vacation. At around 9:40 p.m., she left in a taxi for a flight to Amsterdam. Why do people do such things? I'll move on. The deceased would... Now... photographic documentation. The deceased's skin is extremely pale. No livor mortis is visible. The deceased is missing her right arm. The deceased is caked in dirt and mud. Lots of rough, irregular slashing cuts. The deceased is also missing her left leg. The palm and front of the hand is covered with numerous wounds. Extensive hematoma on the victim's forehead.
Okay, I'm missing one.
Several signs of redness on the neck and chest. You can see that Alice has been through a lot. Why is she so... Focus. The overall picture is... I'll grab the magnifying glass. The wound looks relatively fresh. The deceased could have fallen, or maybe she was struck hard. The wounds were stitched up by someone who knew what they were doing.
God.
However, it seems that the sewing was done in a hurry, and quite carelessly at that. minor redness appearing in several places. There are no signs of internal bleeding, detectable through an internal examination. Both the arm and leg were taken all the way to the joint. The perpetrator used a scalpel, but the cut line itself looks jagged.
So there's only one arm and a leg, arm and a leg.
The wound on the bend of the elbow seems much deeper. I'm wondering about this bruising. These wounds appear to have been caused by crawling across rough ground. Let me sum this up somehow. It seems that the perpetrator was very interested in preserving as much skin as possible on the removed limbs. Some of the wounds were made by the victim crawling, and the hickeys are not fatal. But in this situation, they are worth examining. There appear to be no signs of struggle. The stitching doesn't appear fresh. Amber appears to have suffered like this for at least a few days. We do not know the exact circumstances of the wounds, or the conditions in which the deceased was kept. I assume that the deceased had a cannula inserted, and was groggy the entire time. This injury could have been fatal for Alice. Even though the wounds were stitched closed, infection could have set in. Even if that wasn't fatal, it would severely weaken an already strained body. This has the hallmarks of some sick sexual fantasy. I will check the UV cases like the... Alice,
Why?
you know that I would never...
Why did you do... Is it that? Oh man. I've done something bad here, haven't I?
Jack, breathe. It's just... Pull yourself together. Well, we left off with the torso. But we can see that there are traces around the hickeys. Most likely saliva. More traces of the dramatic fight for survival. Traces of smeared blood from wounds. The perpetrator was obviously looking for an opportunity to fulfill his paraphilia. Oh, Christ. The police will have plenty to do. If I can find my hard drive, I could just take an X-ray.
Oh no.
Move these tables away. Make room for the X-ray machine. Maybe. What? Oh, there's something else. I'm sorry.
I don't know what this X-ray machine is.
Have I lost my mind? I must have gone crazy. Oh, here it is. Huh? Oh, these bulbs need changing.
I'll just take more pills. I seem to be walking slower and slower as well.
They all know.
Huh?
Did you answer your phone?
Telephone? What phone?
They all know.
Huh?
The phone rang a few minutes ago.
I didn't hear anything.
For you to take medicine.
How so?
For you to get results.
Yeah. I'll call them back. Oh, I guess I've been here too long.
Just casually mind your business and then just be like, bah! I'm not allowed to turn.
Case is it? It all rolls into one. All right. Now I need to set the machine up. Okay. I'll attach the hard drive. Now fire it up. Well, now center it between the eyes at the root of the nose.
Yeah, I'm not sure how this thing works.
Okay.
Alright, apparently that's it.
I thought for sure this old thing would have tripped the breaker. I'll print the image and... I need to check the frontal bone, crystal galley, aneurysm, internal auditory canals, Alice, ethmoid, and frontal sinuses. Why did this have to... And now I can print it. It looks like a good... Why can't I see the wound? I need to look at this in the light box. Strange. I guess I'll have to repeat. Let there be light. Damn. I knew this luck wouldn't last. I almost believed that this would go off without a hitch. These flickering lights would drive anyone over the edge. And now it's all broken. Great. Fuck. Don't you wish? I'll need the flashlight and to find Ridley for help. What? There's a surprise. Why is it that whenever I need Ridley for something, he magically disappears into the ether? Oh my god. Oh, alright. What now? I'll start the generator in the shed. Maybe it's been left unlocked. For once, Ridley's carelessness will be useful. Ugh, it's getting cold. Great. And the keeper of the keys has left his post. God, I haven't even started the dissection yet. Fuck it. I'm gonna get a hammer. I don't have the time or the strength.
Where are we getting the hammer from? I have to assume it's in here, right?
Either I'm getting weak, or the maintenance crew needs a talking to. Or just a little. Oh, it's so dark now. There's a hammer. Jesus. I'm feeling dizzy. Oh, I'm exhausted. God damn it. It's actually holding up. Oh well. Something new in this shithole. Makes a change.
It's enter the shed, but it won't let me. Yeah, I don't know what to do unless this has to go back downstairs. I'm not allowed in. What am I supposed to do? I can't get rid of the hammer. It won't... I can't even open this door. Pressing tab, pressing everything. F just does the light. Everything else is the mouse button. The thing is, I can't get back in there even. I can't save. I think it takes you all the way back to the beginning of this this quest. Yeah, I don't know how, but we managed to break it. Ah! Goes all the way back to the beginning. We might just call it a day. We'll see. Ah, it's all the way back. Okay, so what we'll do then, I'm going to leave that there for tonight, and we'll have to do one more stream in the week to find out what's going to happen with the story. I thought it'd be nearly finished by now, but we'll have to see what happens with this mission. But yeah, look, I enjoyed it so far. It's been good. So you guys will have to hang on and see what happens and who did I kill. So yeah, tomorrow we're going to be looking back at that Contractville again that we did on Friday that you guys really enjoyed. We'll be doing more multiplayer on that. If any of you have the game and want to join us, you're more than welcome. Just let me know in Discord. And look, I hope you have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.